Coming up, the Terriers win the Hockey East Championship and punch their ticket to the Frozen Four. The women of the BU rowing team continue to make a splash with teamwork and diversity. And the Terriers men's lacrosse program sticks with a winning formula for success. It's time to loosen up that collar and get ready for another jam-packed episode of BU Terriers Unleashed. The opening loss by the defending champions in the 2023 Beanpot was not only a shock to the Terriers and their fans, but it was the start of a 4-game losing streak, something no one expected.
Good teams are going to go through stretches like that over the course of the season, and you got to learn from it.
You don't have to hit the panic button, but just them bringing us in and saying, hey, calm down. We've all been here before. Like, we know what we do best, and we know how to succeed.
They turned it around, winning their final 4 games of the regular season and their first game in the Hockey East tournament. This led to a trip back to the TD Garden for a semifinal game against the Providence Friars. Both offenses were slow to start. In fact, the game was scoreless until the middle of the third period when Providence broke the ice. But the momentum would soon turn thanks to Drew Comesso.
Poisson off to the races alone. Poisson to the forehand. Kick save. Comesso.
That Drew Comesso was tremendous that night. He really, at the end of the day, won us that game. But also, I give our guys credit for sticking with it and coming back.
When we got in that third period, we just kind of said, like, let's get pucks on net, and Dylan Peterson had a big goal, like he always does in the Garden.
Centering pass. Peterson scores!
Lane Hudson made a great play off the rush. I think it was Ryan Green that drove the net. Dylan Peterson came a little late in the slot, and it was a great finish by Dylan.
We're just talking about how do we win this game? What do we need to do? You know, at the end of the day, when you're in playoffs, it doesn't matter how you win, it's just if you win.
This game went to overtime, where Comesso kept the Friars in check until the Terriers put it away.
Here's Tuck into the zone. Centering pass, score! Tuck played it across.
I took a peek right when I got over the blue line, and I saw Quinn slice into the net, and I kind of pushed the puck around the defenseman and just threw it back door, and he was there.
What makes us so good is how close our team is. This is a special team. This is one of the closest teams I've ever been on, and you can just see the way that people feed off of each other.
The Terriers were now on a 6-game winning streak, coming after back-to-back losses to Merrimack, their opponent in the Hockey East Championship game. And the Warriors got off to the lead in the first period.
You know, we had a 5-on-3 at the end of the first period, and we kind of went in the locker room kind of talking about what we needed to do better on the 5-on-3 and get a shot open, and we executed it perfectly.
Fensori looks, waits, goes, Lane Hudson shoots and scores!
But Merrimack was not going to make this easy, as they went up 2-1, and once again BU found themselves behind a goal in the third period.
Kaplan hammering his way into the offensive zone, and he keeps the puck here. His shot, he scores!
The two teams battled it out to the end of regulation, sending it once again to overtime.
This is fun. You want this type of pressure. You grow from it as a team. You grow from it as individuals. And we did it the night before, so like, who's going to be the hero tonight?
Brown, far side, up top, Lane Hudson, fires the shot, he scores! The Hockey East Rookie of the Year makes BU Hockey East champs!
Matt Brown came up, and I was able to get the puck from him, and right when I got it, I was trying to get off the wall pretty quick, get to the middle, and saw a pretty good screen at the net and just threw it, and it ended up going in. It was special for me and special for the whole team. When it's that hard of a league, it means that much more to win the championship.
I think the one thing that really separates Lane, and I think people see it, his competitiveness every single day. He's 2 or 3 steps ahead of the players he's playing against, so he's just a special player.
I'm really lucky. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to play for such a great team with such great coaches, and I couldn't be happier being in Boston.
Coming to BU, you want to win as many championships as you can, and to do it in my senior year was really special. I think a lot of emotion came out when I lifted that trophy because just kind of all the hard work we had over, the season, especially the 4 years here. We were deserving of that, and I was so happy to do it with the seniors and everyone else on the team.
I was just really happy for the players for how hard they worked this year to be able to win that championship, because I thought they earned it, like with the way they handled themselves this year. So I was really proud of them.
Coming up on BU Terriers Unleashed, the NCAAs, and a trip to the Frozen Four. The BU Terriers didn't have to travel far for the NCAA Regionals in Manchester, New Hampshire for a game against Western Michigan.
They're more of a run and gun team, so we pre-scouted them pretty well, and we stuck to the game plan, and it turned out well for us.
Lane Hudson with a chance and scores! Fensori in there, Hudson scores! Lane had the first, Quinn has the second. Terriers knocking on the door again. Brown shoots and scores! Oh, Matt Brown goes top shelf. Skoog with tons of space, and Wilmer Skoog scores!
I think that was probably one of the best games we played all season. Just a full 60 minutes of Boston University hockey.
The final was 5-1. Next up, the Big Red of Cornell for the regional championship and a trip to the Frozen Four.
It really helped us that we played Cornell earlier in the season at home. It was a great hockey game, but I thought they played very well against us, and we realized that we had to play a certain way against them if we were going to have success.
Now Peterson in pursuit. He got roughed up in a big way in the opening 20. Centering feed, Skoog scores! The Swedish sniper!
1-0 into the second period, and the Terriers add another one in the third.
Well, here comes Ethan Phillips off the nice feed from Brown. Save, rebound, score!
Ethan Phillips really stepped up for us in that regional in Manchester. Scores the game-winning goal, and obviously he was dealing with some injuries throughout the year, and he came back and he was ready to prove something, and I was really proud of him.
Cornell pulled their goalie and did score another goal with under a minute to play, but BU held on, earning them a trip to the Frozen Four.
It's just a special moment for our guys. They had a goal as a group to get to the Frozen Four, and to be able to accomplish that, I thought it was special.
It's kind of weird, hockey in Florida. There's a lot of extra activities that we usually don't have here with, again, the media and the buzz around town. So I think we had to stay focused.
Upon arrival in Florida, the team was led by their latest signee, Logan Gatto. Logan has been with the team all season through Team Impact, a program that pairs college sports teams with kids facing illness or disabilities.
It kind of puts life in perspective, how lucky we are sometimes. And to have Logan, his energy that he brought was amazing. He would come in for warm-up with us, and he gets all pumped up. So anytime that a kid like that can put a smile on your face is really cool.
As for the game, BU went up against number 1 seed Minnesota, and it was the Terriers who got on the board first.
Fensori has it. Walking the line, looking for a lane, fires it, saved by the rebound, score!
Sam scored the goal, so I think we took a breath a little bit there, but then we got into some penalty trouble, and tough to do that against Minnesota. I felt like they overwhelmed us a little bit. But in the second period, I thought we found our game.
Shot, score!
In the second period, we were flying. We were getting back to our game and making their D turn, and just kind of even game until the last 2 minutes of the second period.
A Minnesota power play goal early in the third period gave the Gophers the lead for good. The final score was 6-2 in a game that was closer than the score indicated.
It's disappointing for a senior group that did so much for this team that we didn't get all the way to the end, because I know that's what they wanted. But you still got to give them a lot of credit for what they did for this program this year.
And you have to give credit to Jay Pandolfo in his first season as head coach, bringing BU back to the Frozen Four. He was named the Hockey East Coach of the Year.
He's got a real natural intuition about how to deal with people. I think one of the things that sets Jay apart is that he knows the dynamics of a successful team. Obviously, he was part of great teams as a player, but he knows how to orchestrate those dynamics as a coach. And guys bought in.
I think it's a great honor for anyone to get the chance to play for him, and I couldn't be more prouder to be a Terrier.
I think it was a great stepping stone for what this program has to come. It goes back to the culture. I think it just makes us a lot hungrier going into next season. So we're going to look back on that, every day, every week, and say, I want to be right back in the Frozen Four.
It seems like a lot of teams have to get there once or twice before they win the whole thing. I experienced that as a player myself. So hopefully we learn from it, and we don't want to take a step back next year. And I think our guys understand that, and I feel like they're going to be motivated again.
Up next, get on board with the BU women's rowing team. The defending Patriot League champs have both senior leadership and an international presence on a roster that has led to success. Stay with us. The four-time defending Patriot League regular season champion Boston University softball team is once again mounting an historic campaign as the Terriers have broken the program record in wins, while claiming 40-plus wins in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. Led by 8th-year head coach Ashley Waters, the Terriers entered May with 46 wins, topping the school record of 43, and have posted 22 shutouts, tying for the most ever at BU. Reigning Patriot League Player of the Year Kayla Ronson is batting over 400 again, and the Patriot League Pitcher of the Year Allison Boaz leads a pitching staff that has blanked marquee opponents all season long. Seeking their second NCAA berth in 3 years, the Terriers will battle for the Patriot League Championship, which takes place from May 11th through May 13th.
Boston University.
Such is the life these days of the BU women's rowing team. The defending champions of the Patriot League, their second such title. This year's squad is experienced, with 10 seniors on the roster. 5-year captain Megan Mastrorilli is the team's lone grad student.
By being voted a captain, it shows me that people trust me and my leadership, and so I think in a position of leadership, people appreciate your encouragement almost that much more.
She walks the walk. I mean, she does the work, she puts in the time, she's patient. She's developed a lot in her time here as well.
If Megan leads the team as a whole, then sophomore coxswain Audrey Lucerne leads them in the boat.
I've always found myself getting into leadership positions throughout high school and then again into college. And I find that it's empowering to be kind of in charge of such powerful women.
These powerful women have finished no lower than 3rd in the Patriot League since 2016. Maddie Davis-Tully was last year's Patriot League Coach of the Year, now in her 6th season at the helm. She loves what she has found at BU.
I have a real interest and a real commitment to being able to combine academics and athletics at a really high level.
This year's team is nothing if not diverse. 8 different countries are represented on the roster.
We look for the right rowers for the program wherever they are.
One of those rowers came to Boston via Torino, Italy. Camilla Silvestri says she loves BU for its challenges, Boston for its European city feel, and says it's hard not to romanticize about that early morning sunrise.
It gets all orange and pink, and you just feel blessed by this beautiful scenery.
We are walking out onto our dock. We can see the entire city of Boston. We see the sun rising in the morning. We have the whole river in front of us.
Attending a world-class university.
During my recruiting process, I was mainly looking at academics, and the academics here are just outstanding.
Another shot at a Patriot League title. Not a bad place to be.
The team has great energy.
You kind of can't help but walk out on that dock and take a look around and say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here every day and I get to do this.
It's like the best feeling ever, just to feel it, like the boat pick up together. And I mean, it's the most team-oriented sport I think you could probably find.
It's a really unique place in life to be on a team full of 50 women who will push you to be your very best.
The Terriers started off the year with wins over MIT Dartmouth and Northeastern, but Can these Terriers repeat as Patriot League champs and return to the NCAA championship?
We have to focus on, and what we've been working on is how do we do that again a little bit better.
Having had the experience of winning the Patriot League, we now know what it takes, the focus it takes, the work it takes.
Mandy always says it takes that 1% more.
Everyone's committed to it this year. We have an all-in kind of attitude.
BU on 2, 1, 2, BU!
Coming up, the BU men's lacrosse program has won a Patriot League championship and has become a national contender. It's a culture of winning that's built on teamwork, family, and friends. We'll show you how when we come back. The Boston University Department of Athletics surpassed $1 million in gifts for the 6th consecutive BU Giving Day, as over $1.24 million was raised in support of Terrier student athletes. The BU athletics community came together with over 2,700 donors and impressive participation from alumni athletes, parents, and friends of each team.
I think it's a testament to really everybody that's involved with Terrier Nation, our students, our coaches, alumni, parents, community members. I remember years ago we hit a $250,000 mark and we were thrilled, and then the next year we doubled that, and then when we hit the $1 million mark, that was a grand celebration, and now it's a goal.
In total, over $8.7 million has now been raised in support of Terrier student athletes as part of the Giving Day movement. For more, visit goterriers.com/donate. It's been said often in sports that it's not how you start, but how you finish.
Lafayette on offense, quick pass in front, and they score.
That phrase can easily apply to the BU men's lacrosse team, which took the field for the first time ever back in 2014. After battling for wins and building a foundation in the early years, things have certainly progressed at Nickerson Field.
And that's a goal for the Terriers.
I think we had some ups and downs, but we certainly had a lot of ups. So pretty much in the top 20 almost every single year since year 2, which is a really exciting and really remarkable accomplishment.
Head coach Ryan Poley is the only coach the Terriers lacrosse program has known, with support from the athletic department and the university. Poley and his staff have built a Patriot League champion. Just last May, the Terriers hosted the league tournament, which ended with the hoisting of their first championship trophy in front of the hometown fans. And this season, they claimed their second straight Patriot League regular season title.
It was a feeling of just accomplishment and a little bit of relief. So much hard work had gone into that. We'd been so close so many times and would come up a goal short.
There are layers to the recent success of the program. On the field, Coach Poley employs who some call the Long Island Express. All three are New York natives. Attackers Vince D'Alto, Timmy Lay, and Lou Perfetto.
They're phenomenal. They're arguably the best attack in the country. For my money, they are. Start with Timmy. He's just a great overall scorer. He's a great leader. Then you go to Perfetto next, and certainly he's our quarterback. Gets everybody involved. And D'Alto is kind of does everything. He can shoot. He can pass. He rides really hard.
And D'Alto, a hat trick already.
Put those three together, and they make a formidable attack.
Lay is a fifth-year grad student.
Just beat his man one-on-one.
He's the first in BU lacrosse history to score 200 points. He returned for a fifth year to continue playing with his two best pals.
We know where each other are going to be most of the time. I think Lewis does a great job at kind of swinging the ball to me and Vin when he has to, and then dodging on his own when he needs to beat his guy. And then Vin's just a tremendous shooter, so when you pass it to him, it's going to either miss or go in the back of the cage, so it's huge. Yeah, I just try to get open for them, dodge when I have to, and we're always looking for each other.
We've had a great relationship. We always hang out over breaks and over the summer, so that's been honestly crucial for our team bonding and for our chemistry.
Even in the summers, we see each other, my best friends, and succeeding on the field with them has been an amazing experience for myself.
Best friends on and off the field. It's a family feel, one instilled by Coach Poley, and it's a component that's become critical to the success of BU lacrosse.
You're close and you feel like those are your brothers beside you. You're willing to do anything for them and make the sacrifices that are necessary on game day. So that's something we do really well. We pride ourselves on a lot.
We make it important to hang out with each other outside of lacrosse. I think that's kind of where the family pillar comes from. We're always hanging out together, you know, whether it's going out in Boston or just like hanging out in the backyard, but it's a fun time, and then I think it translates to the field because we genuinely care about each other.
The Terriers of today also credit a piece of their success to the Terriers of yesterday. There's a great deal of alumni involvement in the program.
You know, they were the stepping stones for us. They came to work every day too. It was just awesome to see how much they genuinely care.
It was so great to have so many of the alums back and supporting us. So it was a really cool feeling in the sense that we could share it with so many people.
The first thing we did once we got the trophy, I think we all ran over there and jumped into the stands with them, and they're honestly the reason that this program is where we are today. It was really cool just to kind of share that experience with them.
These alums are concerned with more than just the play on the field. Some play a key role in the university's mentorship program, which helps students prepare for life after graduation.
Talk to them monthly, and they help you get internships, jobs.
Get prepared for what I'm looking for, whether it's like an interview, what to say, what not to say.
They're constantly texting like, hey, did you apply to this job? What's your interest? Like, I could walk you through my sales role, so it's been really awesome.
This senior class will graduate knowing that they left the program better than they found it. That's all the time we have, but we'll be back with more exciting highlights and stories of success on the next episode of BU Terriers Unleashed.